Hi, so I'm going to be talking about the body forms of fish and how it helps their habitat and their habits and everything like that. So in my paper I talked about two different types, so I'm going to talk about those same two different types right now. So I talked about sagittiform and fusiform is the most basic. So if you have a fish, fusiform is like a big cone, and then it's oval in cross-section. So not, well, kind of like this if you make it an oval. So it's oval in cross-section, and it's really, really nicely cone-shaped. And one fish that has that in particular is tuna. And tuna have really, really deep forked tails, so they can move really fast. But one way that fusiforms are really good body form for that type of fish is because they cruise, they're cruisers. So the stability is really good because of the placement of their fins. And then for fish like tuna who go really fast, it's good also for maneuvering and everything like that. And tuna are known as rover predators because of the fact that they do cruise around instead of ambush predators, which are sagittiform, that I'll talk about in a second. And so when you have a tuna just cruising on its little way and it sees what it wants to eat, it can just keep on going, and it can speed up really quickly and get the fish that it's trying to eat, and that's good for this type of body form. And then in its actual habitats, again, with the speed and just moving around in general, the fusiform body shape works really well for fish like tuna, and there's a couple other examples that I put in my actual paper. And then for sagittiform, one of my favorite fish ever is the pike, like the northern pike. Those are really cool. Yeah, I like them. But anyway, so it kind of looks like an arrow, so not at all like this, but it's like a really thin arrow type thing, almost like a torpedo. It just shoots. So they lie in wait, and they wait till they see a fish that they want to eat come by. Well, fish, any other organism, really. They're generalists, I think. And they see it, and they just, yeah. And so they go and get that. And they're ambush predators because of that, because they just speed off from really, really, like, not moving at all or moving just slowly to really high speeds. And they're able to do that because their fins are placed so far back on the body. So, like, if this fin wasn't here, this would be the first dorsal fin of an ambush predator because they can just, yeah. And so that's good adaptations for ambush predators who don't really move and cruise around a lot because they're just torpedo-like speeding through the water. So there are lots of different ways that they adapt to their habitats because of their body form. And so where they are, like fusiform, like when I use the option with the tuna, they're in kind of the ocean, just cruising around in the ocean, not really with a lot of vegetation or anything like that. With ambush predators, they are or could be in vegetation. And so at least with like some, they have cryptic coloration, so they can be hiding in vegetation and they'll be camouflaged so you can't really see them. And then that's about it for sagittiform and fusiform. So I think those are really two cool body shapes that fish have. There are some other ones like depressiform. Depressiform is like flounder, and it's like a really big thing with bottom feeders. There's compressive or compressiform, and that's like laterally compressed, like sunfish or bluegill or anything. Well, yeah, anything like that. And then there's a whole bunch of other ones. There's anguilliforms, which are for anguilliformes, but they're all really cool, so I really like them. And this fish, I know it wasn't a good thing for sagittiform, but I feel like it was still able to help out a little bit. So that is my explanation of some body forms and how they work with habits and habitat.